So how did Rachel Zegler's Snow White perform over the weekend? Well, My Nerdy Home shared this meme that I thought would kind of sum that up. So here's the movie playing. Oh, there's not one person there. Oh no, what happened? So here are the numbers we have right now. This dropped last night. Well, actually, Sunday morning. So these could update a little because the Sunday numbers aren't in here. Not really. This is more of an estimate. I don't think they're going to drastically change from this, though. And we do now have somewhat of a global number to work with, and that is 87.3 million globally. The domestic was 43 million, which is really, really bad. So this movie is a flop. Now, there's some people out there trying to compare it to Mufasa. And I don't think this movie is going to have Mufasa numbers. And this is such cope. Look at this headline. And this is from yesterday, too. It's like, oh, we got to get some kind of cope out there. Snow White North America box office opens higher than Mufasa's 13 million and Wonka's 14 million, despite all the negativity. The cope is real. Mufasa still didn't do that great, by the way. Not when you compare it to all the other movies. It's not anything to brag about. This movie is not going to have the Mufasa legs at all. I expect this movie to quickly die. Probably very sad death by next weekend. And what's really sad for movie theaters is I believe they have to keep this in a lot of their screens because of Disney contracts. So I'm not sure what comes out next week. But it's going to be hurt because of the fact that Snow White will still be hogging a bunch of screens. And no one's going to be in there watching the movie. So, man, I thought it would do better than this. I thought 113, 120 million, 87.3 million globally. That's really bad. And you have to wonder, like, how much did Rachel Zegler cause this movie to fail? I think she did have a large part of it. I think a lot of it was just people not digging this. There's other Snow White movies that are out there that you can watch. You don't need to watch this piece of shit. Like, there's better live action versions of that story. This isn't even Snow White. This is some modern girl power version. Everybody's been making fun of it all weekend. The end scene where they're all dancing in white, everybody's been memeing that and making fun of it. We've got more memes out now because over on IMDb, you can see that Dragon Ball Evolution has been dethroned as one of the lowest rated movies on IMDb. Snow White, the Queen, has emerged, everybody. Hail the Queen. Queen Zegler. Queen White. This is more of a disaster than I thought it would be. I really thought that this would have at least went over 100 million. And nobody likes it. Now, you're looking at that popcorn meter and you're going, well, hold on there. Hold on there, Flash. It looks like people like it. Well, that's until you do this. So let's click on all audience. It shoots down to 23%. The only way you can be a verified audience member is if you bought tickets to the movie through Fandango, which is a part of Rotten Tomatoes, I believe. So you have to use their site, which a lot of people, as you can see, 1,000+ verified ratings, don't use. So all audience is over 10,000. That's not good. It's even bad over here for top critics at 30%. You move it to all critics, it just goes to 44%. Everybody hates this movie. One of the few times that critics and audience members are lined up. But if you ask Vulture says that Disney should have stood by their star. And then even in the headline, they say, Rachel Zegler is a star. Just not the one Disney wished on. Is she a star? Are we still doing this? Especially now? You know, a star, a Hollywood star, actually brings people to the box office, which is something that she's never done. In fact, the one movie that made money for her, well, for the studio that brought her into it, was that Hunger Games prequel, which she wasn't even a main character in. She was a supporting actor in that movie. She was a support role. So, is she the one that brought people in? Any movie where she's the headliner, it doesn't make money. Even some of the movies where she's a supporting character don't make money, like Shazam 2. That movie was a flop, too. She was in that. Her movies don't make money. Y2K. I mean, the writing was on the wall for that movie over the holidays. That movie was a catastrophe. And, you know, she's supposed to be a massive star, supposed to be able to get people to line up in the streets to see Rachel Zegler. People don't do it. Nobody likes her. She's a loud mouth, and she's ran off just about any support she can get with her big mouth. By the way, Robert De Niro had a movie out this weekend no one watched, Alto Nights. Another mob movie. Nobody takes you seriously as a gangster anymore, Robert De Niro. Because you're kind of a bitch now. But, man, he's made some great movies. It's sad to see him fall as low as he has. Robert De Niro, man, there was a time when if De Niro was in a movie, you would go see it. Like, okay, that's going to be good. That's going to be a banger. That just does not happen anymore. The Alto Nights bombed in its opening to an estimated $3.2 million from 2,651 theaters in North America and a mere $5.1 million globally against a $45 million budget. Yikes. That means that's a small budget, too. Wow, it's not going to make that money back. Damn, that's bad. I might have to do a whole video on that. So, yeah, this movie's screwed. If it made $87.3 million, man, now if the word of mouth was good, I would say, okay, maybe it'll have some legs. But the word of mouth on this movie is not good. It actually has a low cinema score. So what that means is they did exit polls, people leaving the movie, and they'll ask them, you know, what did you think of it? That's not a good score either from what I was reading the other day. So it's not going to have good word of mouth. That's not going to help it. So that's not a factor now. All anybody's talking about when they bring this movie up is how bad it is or how much they don't like Rachel Zegler. So I expect an even worse drop-off next weekend, which means this movie is toast. So the real question is, what happens with Rachel Zegler now? Well, we kind of know part of that answer. She's going to go do stage plays. I forget where she's going, but she's doing, what's the name of that movie? Don't Cry for Me, Argentina is a song in it. Evita? I think that's the name of it. So she's going to be doing that. And then after a couple of years, I think they do try to bring her back. We'll see. Maybe she'll learn and end up like Brie Larson. Brie Larson, right? Nobody's got anything to say about her anymore because she started letting her work do the talking. And now, if she's in a movie, no one really goes after it and says anything about it. She stopped complaining about 50-year-old white dudes reviewing her movies. And now, then she went and did a couple of shows with her boobs out, and it seems like all is forgiven. Just stop going after people, and you'll be okay, Rachel. Let this be a learning experience, because I don't think her career is done, because she actually does have some talent. She can sing. She just needs to learn to not piss every single person that's a part of a movie's fan base off, because she pissed off conservatives. She pissed off Trump supporters. She pissed off Disney fans when she attacked the movie. The first thing she did was that weird thing on some red carpet premiere she was at. She pissed off everybody. So, we'll see. Hopefully this is a learning experience for her, and we'll see what happens in a few years when she gets done with her Broadway tour. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.